Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Matty here from Chill TCG. Now when Champion's Path came out, when that set was about to come out, I made a top 10 decks video. This was months ago, and I gave a lot of praise to Gardevoir VMAX. I said that this card was going to be the best card that came out of Champion's Path. I still believe that to be true, even though at the time it had a very bad position in the meta, of course, having that psychic weakness. However, right now, with Battlestyles coming out, with the Urshifus running a rise, I think that Gardevoir VMAX has a very good chance to be at least a decently playable Psychic-type deck option right now, and that's what we're going to be covering today. But before we get into that, I want to let you guys know, that Chill Series number 24 is coming this Wednesday. It's going to be 100% free to play in this tournament. It's on Wednesday night, and there are 200 Battlestyles booster packs in the prize pool. You're not going to want to miss it. Link to register will be down in the description below. All right, let's get into it. Gardevoir VMAX. This is the main component of the deck. This is our main attacker. Gardevoir VMAX is actually very, very cool. Gardevoir VMAX has got 320 HP Psychic-type Pokemon. Retreat cost of 2. It's weak to Metal instead of being weak to Dark. It'd be very nice if it was weak to Dark. However, it's weak to Metal, but we are a Psychic-type right now, which does, definitely gives us some benefit in a lot of matchups right now, especially against Urshifus. It's got just one attack there, Max Cure, 2 Psychic and a Colorless, 180 damage, and you heal 50 damage from this Pokemon. Now, this deck is all about healing. It's all about bulkiness. It's all about specifically one-shotting those sweet, sweet Urshifu VMAX Pokemon. So we're going to be very, very excited to get into this list. I think that it has some merit to be played. I do think that Metal-type archetypes overall are less common now than they were before. I think we do have Corviknight. It's not seeing as much play as at least I thought it would. We still have ADP, but you know what? ADP is not that big of an issue. We do, of course, have some weakness card energies on our deck to kind of help with that, that metal type weakness, but it's one of those things where it's almost an auto win against Urshifus, and it's sometimes a very difficult matchup against things like Corviknight. But that's kind of the trade-off here. We're running 15 different Pokemon in the deck. We got a 4-3 lineup of Gardevoir V and VMAX. We just went over the VMAX. It's very, very good there. We do have 2 of the new Mimikyu Vs from Battlestyles. This is going to be a very good card for 2 reasons. The main one, the ability is actually really good. Dummy Doll, when we play this from our hand onto our bench. During our turn, you may prevent all damage done to this Mimikyu V by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this means that we can play this down, put that into the active spot, and it's going to give us a turn, right? Unless they have boss, it's going to force them to boss and attack. Kind of give us a turn to maybe stall for a bit, maybe heal up our Gardevoir, and it's overall going to be a very, very good option, a very good sort of pivot in a way. But the attack can be very good as well, Jealous Eyes. So put 3 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken for just 1 energy. This means we can play Mimikyu down. If our opponent has 1 prize card remaining, we can just play Mimikyu down, attach an energy to it, and spread 15 damage counters across the board. It's going to be a fantastic way to finish off some games. So we have 2 of those in there. Going to be very useful. We also have an Indeedee V just to kind of keep down on our bench, heal 20 from our Gardevoir VMAXs every turn. Very good little support Pokemon there. And we also are running a Mew just to protect our bench because we are going to be putting things on our bench down like Mimikyu, Indeedee, and of course the new Kricketune V from Battlestyles as well. Spoiler, we are running Rose in this deck, which means that Kricketune is going to be much more playable. We just have 1 Kricketune in here. It's not going to be something too needed for the most part. I think that just having 1 Kricketune down on our bench is going to be pretty fine. However, we might put 2 in the deck later on, who knows. But the ability, Exciting Stage, once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 cards in your hand. But if it's in the active spot, you can do it until you have 4 in your hand. And you cannot use the ability more than once per turn. So going to be very good with Rose, because of Rose, of course, we'll get into a bit. But you accelerate energies to your VMAX Pokemon, and then you discard your hand. It's a very powerful card. But with Kricketune, when we discard our hand, we're going to be able to draw some more cards, right? So that's very, very important for sure. And then we have 1 Eldegoss V, and we have 2 Crobats. And that's kind of our draw support. Those are the Pokemon for the deck. We're running a lot of healing in this deck because that's what Gardevoir likes to do. We are running 2 of the Suspicious Food Tins, so heal 80 damage from one of our Pokemon that has at least 1 Psychic Energy onto it. And then if we do that, we discard 1 of the energies. So very good healing option for Gardevoir here, especially since we have the ability to kind of pop off and accelerate multiple energies 1 turn to our Gardevoir VMAX, which is definitely going to be very, very important. Going to be very good as a healing option on top of the attack, which heals 50, on top of Indeedee, which heals 20. Potentially we could heal 150, and that's not even Mallow Lana, which is another 120, which we do have in the deck, so that's potentially 270 damage healed in 1 turn. Going to be very good. Going to be very hard to knock out Gardevoir VMAX. Of course, we also have Big Charm in the deck, and then all these stuff that you might see in the deck right now. We are running, we have the 2 Marnies for research. We like research over Marnie because we like to discard those psychic energies because we can rose them back onto our Pokemon, right? Also kind of just a better option for going through our deck and drawing more cards. We got 4 Quick Ball, 4 Pokecom, just for max consistency, a lot of different options to find our Pokemon, of course, on top of just drawing into them. We have 2 air balloons and 2 big charms as our tool cards. The air balloons are going to work as a pivot. We can attach them to Kricketune and switch in to get the full effect after we rose. We can also do it with Mimikyu, so it's a good pivot for Mimikyu. When we play Mimikyu, we would like to switch in, you know, and then, of course, you know, survive for a turn and then switch back out. So air balloon is going to help with a lot of the pivots in the deck. Almost all of our Pokemon have a retreat cost of 2, at least. I think they all do, which is definitely good. And then 2 big charms, that's going to go on our Gardevoir VMAX, puts us to 350. And, of course, you know, with the healing and whatnot, it's going to be very difficult to knock out Gardevoir VMAX for sure. And to keep that, you know, idea alive, we do have 2 weakness cards for in case those metal Pokemon, you know, are our opponents. They're not as common as they used to be. ADP is pretty common. I'll agree with that. But other than that, I think your matchups are going to be definitely very, very good. You know, Gardevoir has a colorless energy at its attack cost, so it's definitely not bad running a couple weakness cards in there as well. We have 3 switches and 2 escape ropes, just as more switching options to go well with our pivots. We have 2 power plants. Power plant is mainly to help with the ADP matchup because they love to dig through their deck, play Dedennes. That's going to help out with that a lot. Also going to help with the Urshifus who like to play the Jirachi GXs down on their bench. It's going to help with Mewtwo matchups. Mewtwo is still very popular right now. I mean, I can definitely see why, so it's going to definitely help with the Mewtwo matchup. We're running 2 power plants in the deck for sure. And then, of course, we have the 4 roses. So, yeah, attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your VMAXs. That'll be Gardevoir. And then if you attach an energy card this way, you discard your hand. And then we're going to draw more cards with Kricketune. That's just the idea of the deck. It's a nice Rose Engine Kricketune deck. Max this time, which I think has a very good spot right now in our meta. So I'm very, very excited to play this deck. I think that it's a bit hit or miss in terms of its spot right now in the format. However, it was an old card that I believe to be very good. This is probably the best time in the game right now to be playing Gardevoir VMAX. It's really the only time this card is going to be somewhat viable in terms of its playability. And its spot right now, its position in the meta, so I think that this is a very good time to make this video. I'm very excited to make a Gardevoir VMAX video. We're going to get into it. We're gonna get some gameplay going. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And let's see if we can get some wins with Gardevoir VMAX. All right. Let's get right back into it. We're playing Ant the Atom here. No idea who this man is. Kind of an interesting starting hand here. I didn't see if we're going first or second. Either way, we're probably going to want to just put the Mew up instead of the Crobat. Not very ideal. Looks like we're playing Dragapult, which in theory shouldn't be a terrible matchup for us. We have Marnie in hand. I'm just going to put down Power Plant. It shouldn't be like too important in this matchup. And I'm actually going to discard that Psychic Energy because we like to get those in the discard pile. Just because, you know, we're able to rose them. Or, you know, use them with rose, rather. We're going to just Crobat for 3. Maybe we draw into an energy so we can actually get an attachment. We do, so we're just going to attach there. Nothing in our hand is too important, realistically. I'm just going to research. The Suspicious Food Tin could come in clutch at some point. But I'm much more comfortable with this hand here. I mean, it's fine. It's not, like, super good or anything. We're going to hold off on the Indeedee. I mean, putting it down probably wouldn't matter too much. But, yeah, I think just passing is probably the best thing that we can do here. Nothing progressive in our hand. Unfortunately, like, no way to draw some more cards. But we have plenty of cards to do that. I mean, we just discarded a Marnie. We have 3 researches and a Marnie left in our deck. Even just like a Rose or a Quick Ball or something like that could be pretty cool. He's going to go straight into the VMAX. So this is probably Dragapult Urshifu, actually. Which is interesting. Because he does have the Octillery there. But I think for the most part, we should have a decent matchup against whatever's going on here. He's actually going to Marnie us, so we say goodbye to our 2 VMAXs. But overall, you know, couldn't be the worst thing in the world, depending on what we draw here. Let's see what we draw. Yeah, I mean, it's not too great. But I guess it's not too terrible either? Question mark. I don't really want to give him the Gardevoir yet. I could, but the thing is, I mean, it depends on when we top deck, I guess. But we're just going to go into the Crobat. We have more switching outs than I think anything left in our deck, like that Mallow Lana, for example. So we're just going to attach here. We're going to attach the good old, you know, the Big Charm there. And now I think that we just pass, unfortunately. And now we're just hoping to top deck something that will allow us to draw some more cards. We're down a Quick Ball and a Calm. We still have plenty of those left in our deck. 3 to be exact. We have 3 research and a Marnie left in our deck. Unless they're prized. We weren't, you know, we didn't really look through our deck yet. He's going to get the double Horror out, which is pretty cool for him. For sure. And he's just going to hit us with the Max Phantasm. Max Phantom. Okay. What do we draw into? Another Gardevoir. Very interesting, for sure. Very interesting. Okay. Now, I think what we actually do here, that we can't, though. We can't do this. Oh man. Okay, looks like we're just gonna let Crobat die here, unfortunately. We're gonna let Crobat die. Just because I don't want to discard another Gardevoir. And we don't have enough cards in our hand. There's a boss, which is very nice. Shouldn't be too bad, though. Just because we do have Mallow Lana in hand, so I guess we are healing a little bit up. But that Crobat is dead. And very good couple turns for him. Everything is going pretty good for this Dragon Bolt here. There's the Eldegoss, which is kind of nice. However, it's a little bit awkward because we're not going to be able to Mallow Lana. So I think we just have to go all in here with the old Eldegoss research play. So we are going to play Mimikyu in case we whiff. You know, I like how it asks me that when I play Mimikyu, which is interesting. We're just going to grab research. We're going to research out. Now we're just looking for an energy and a VMAX. Which we actually find, which is crazy. Actually crazy. No energy, or we have one energy in our discard pile at the moment. We're going to quick ball and discard another energy. And now I'm going to grab Victini so we can get some healing going. So that Eldegoss top deck was very nice for sure. We can heal 20 here, excuse me, with Indeedee. We can attach to Gardevoir. We're going to heal 50 more, which brings us down to quite a bit. We do have Big Charm. We are two-shotting this, although the 2 damage counters here is a little bit annoying. We could Crobat, potentially draw into another Suspicious Can. However, we wouldn't have the bench space to play a Kricketune, but I think we're just going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. What do we draw into here? Nothing too crazy, but we're just going to try to outlast. We're going to hit him here. I think with the healing and everything like that. Did we even use Indeedee? I honestly completely forget if we used Indeedee that turn. But either way, we're safe from getting KO'd, which is nice. And we are KOing this Dragon Bolt back, so not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. He has already taken 3 prize cards, though, so that's something to keep in mind. We've already got a Mallow Lana in the discard pile. So, you know, maybe Cheryl would be good in this deck, too, now that I think about it. Cheryl might be interesting. Cheryl might be pretty interesting. I just don't know if it's, like, entirely needed, to be honest with you. We're going to put the Air Balloon on the Remoraid here. Yeah, and he's just going to go ahead and hit us with the Max Phantom there. We go to 280, but we have the Big Charm, so technically we're at 350, so we can attack, and even if we didn't have healing, we would still be able to live here, although it's just a little bit sketchy for us. For sure, definitely a little bit sketchy. A Mallow Lana would be really nice. It was tough that we discarded one earlier in the game. He's kind of deciding at this point, I think, like, where do I put these damage counters on? Yeah, okay, yeah, so he's gonna target the Indeedee, which I think is interesting. We're gonna heal up this 20. We're gonna heal up this 20. Now this is a pretty awkward position for us to be in, because if we attack, like, I think he's gonna be able to just. Well, if we attack, we take 40, so it's just we're gonna end at 250, which is 100 damage away, and I don't think he's even capable of doing 50 damage, so, or 100 damage rather. Let's attach to this Gardevoir. And now I think what we do is we just max cure him right now. Yeah, we're healing 50, and then we go back up, so back to 250. So we're safe for next turn. Oh, look at the Mallow Lana. That was insane. The Mallow off the prize cards was absolutely insane. Can we get a Suspicious Food Tin can? That would be nice as well. We're bench locked at the moment, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, so he's going to pass. So yeah, I mean, that was a pretty nice little, you know, little mini comeback there with Gardevoir. Drawing into that Mallow Lana was huge, but we discarded one early game, so it's kind of iffy in terms of, you know, how that goes. But the Dragon Bolt matchup overall is pretty good, right? I mean, he did draw pretty well there, but I think as long as we're able to get a decent start out attack with Gardevoir. We didn't get to use Rose that game, but Rose is actually a very good, you know, way to get this deck going, like, early, like in a quick, nice start. What are we playing against here? I don't know. I think we're actually just going to go first this game. I think typically we want to go first with this deck. We keep starting with this Mew. Like, every game we start with Mew, and I just don't understand. I think this might be the exact same hand we started with last game, so I don't know what's going on. He is going to mulligan here, playing Kuma the Divine. He took 2 mulligans, and we're playing E-Turn. Poison E-Turn, to be exact. But that's not a deck that we actually, you know, we're both kind of two-shotting each other, except I have the potential to heal through. And with the Suspicious Food Tin, like, it could be pretty interesting. We're going to actually quick ball away energy. I do want to grab Gardevoir just because we have all of that goodness in hand. We can go ahead like this. I'm just going to play Power Plant just to get it out in case he plays his own Power Plant, because sometimes he turns my Power Plant. This is Poison E-turn, so probably not running Power Plant, but, you know, then again, you know, what are you going to do, right? What can you do? He's going to calm away the VMAX, so maybe just looking to put down some V, set up his board state, you know, get the Crobats rolling. That's probably going to be his, like, #1 priority right now. So we'll see. He's gonna attach the colorless, or the you know, the capture to the E-turn. Could see a power accelerator from him, which could be kind of really clutch for him. I'm assuming he has like a supporter in hand. Yeah, so he's got a Marnius. We don't actually mind too much, although we could get Marnied into a dead hand, but our hand wasn't like fantastic either way. So let's see. Let's see what we get off the Marnie here. Maybe like a research or something of the such. Yeah, nothing really. Nothing really going at the moment. I think that I kind of might, well, interesting, huh? Definitely interesting. We're just going to pass. We're going to let him KO that Mew. It's probably not the most ideal thing in the world, but, you know, what can you do? We could have gone into Gardevoir there, but then we're kind of susceptible from him hitting 210. Like, he could have definitely hit 210 last turn, because we could have escape roped into Gardevoir. You know, and then maybe if we had taken damage, we could have used Suspicious Food Tin. But we didn't really have much in our hand here, and he's kind of, you know, getting some good cards. And like I said, he does get the energy and the VMAX, so probably a good decision for us not to do that. He's going to play his Dark City, so he's gotten kind of everything that he's needed right now, at least. And now, you know, the escape rope's not really going to work because, of course, he has the Dark City. Let's see what we top deck here. It's a weakness guard energy. Okay. We can attach it even though it's actually not going to do anything for us. Let's escape rope. We're going to force him to just switch out. I mean, I'm just going to go into this Gardevoir V, which doesn't have any damage onto it. We're going to just feed it to him, unfortunately. Just playing off the top decks right now. Got Marnied into a little bit of an unfortunate situation. He could have Boss here. Like, he's just going to free retreat. If he's got Boss, then, you know, that's unfortunate. He's going to poison the active, which means that he probably doesn't have Boss in his hand. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and actually attack the Gardevoir. Not doing enough to KO, which is kind of nice. What do we top deck? It's a comp. That's kind of nice, actually. Kind of nice. We cannot play that that Suspicious Food Tin from our hand, unfortunately, because this doesn't have any energies onto it. Now we're just looking for a way to switch here. Okay, very interesting, actually. Very interesting, actually. We have plenty of switching options on our deck. I am going to... Do I put down that other Gardevoir, though, is the question. I might need the bench space. We are going to put the energy on this guy. And I'm actually just going to heal this Gardevoir for 80, just to kind of keep it a little bit safe. You know, might have been a waste, but again, who knows? Who knows, really? I could just grab Indeedee here with the calm. I don't really want to put down another Gardevoir V, like a third one, just in case this one like survives and whatnot. We already Crobatted this turn. I could just grab the VMAX for now and research. That's probably just the best option, actually. I don't know why I didn't think of that. And now we're not we just need a way to switch out, but we're not in a terrible position. We have a 350 HP Gardevoir VMAX. No matter what, I don't think he's running Tool Scrapper. Do we draw a way to switch? We do. Look at that air balloon. Unreal. Unreal air balloon. Unreal air balloon. We're just going to go ahead and do this. How many energies on the discard? 2, so we can prime up in rows next turn. What I might do is evolve this guy. I might calm away the Crobat just to evolve this Gardevoir. You know, kind of give it some extra HP. But I don't know if I actually want to do that, to be honest with you. We're definitely going to max cure this turn. The thing is, like, what's in his hand, right? Because he didn't boss last turn. This is an interesting situation. We can't play Crobat this turn, but we want to kind of keep it for next turn, honestly. Because then maybe we can Rose Kricketune. I think we just keep the hand. If we evolve, we go to 320. Yeah, we're just going to keep the hand here. No reason to make any decisions before we need to. We're just going to hit him for 180. That is a 2-hit KO. Unless he runs like a Big Charm or something crazy like that. He doesn't have anything set up on his bench either. You know, so what he might do... It's just, like, we have the Mallow Lana. We have, like, a lot of things that we could do, honestly. We have a lot of things that we can do next turn. And we're all of a sudden not in a terrible position. So I'm not too worried. He's going to go into the Slowbro, Poison. He should try to get damage off. You know, like he should try to damage with his E-turn, but I understand like if that's not what he does because, you know, it's going to get knocked out. He's going to switch back to the E-turn and just get some damage off of my Gardevoir. I think that we just Mallow Lana out, heal the damage. Maybe we grab Indeedee. Crobat, or not Indeedee. Yeah, maybe we grab Indeedee, heal up a little bit more. I think we're in a pretty decent position against this E-turn VMAX. I just think this matchup's like pretty favorable. Okay, so we do see the boss, which is fine. It's honestly not that big of a deal here. So he poisoned me, but he's just going to get rid of the poison. He's just going to say, you know, I'm just going to take these prizes here. We're going to do a trade, so he's going to go down to 3 prizes left. And then once I KO his E-turn, we're going to go also, you know, into having 3 prize cards left as well. But now what we'd want to do, realistically, is we want to grab another Gardevoir. But I don't really have anything in my hand that I really want to discard. I think the thing that I want to discard the most, I guess, is just Suspicious Food Can, which isn't too great in its own right. But we're safe next turn to just bench this Gardevoir. We can attach here to it. And now I think we just hang out, to be fair. And I think we just take 3 prizes. We could have Crobatted there that turn and draw 3, but I don't think it's entirely necessary. I think we're in a very good position, like, honestly. And I think that we can set up this Gardevoir VMAX next turn with the Rose engine. We have the Mimikyu as well. So this guy's placing 9 damage counters, so we got to keep that in mind. Keep that math in mind for future reference. But 180 plus 150 is 330, which isn't enough to KO E-turn VMAX, unfortunately. He's going to go ahead and poison our Gardevoir. We're fine with that. We're taking that 50 damage. So now we're at 300 HP. Although we probably do want to switch out just to get rid of that poison. So what I'm going to do is, this is a bit interesting. Yeah, so I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch. I'm going to calm away the Mimikyu here. I think grabbing Indeedee is probably the best play because we want to get Indeedee and Kricketune down on the bench. I don't think we need to grab Gardevoir VMAX yet. Although it might be smart to just VMAX and then Rose. Right? That's what I'm kind of thinking. But I don't really know if we... Yeah, I think that's probably just our best play. So we're actually just going to grab this VMAX. We're going to stay into this guy. We can Rose to him as well. So let's evolve the active for sure. We can... do we attach the Air Balloon, though, is the question. I think we attach the Air Balloon to Crobat. Just in case we find the, you know, the... What is it? The Big Charm. The Big Charm. I'm going to Crobat before I Rose. Just because why not? We draw into some stuff that's actually not that bad, realistically. But we can just attach here. I don't really want to go back into this Gardevoir is the thing. So if we Rose, though, we're discarding quite a bit of stuff. We could switch and Mallow Lana. But perhaps Rose is just our best option. We definitely should have put the Air Balloon onto Kricketune and just used it as a pivot so we could have drew an extra card. For sure. That definitely would have been the smartest thing to do. I don't want to Rose either because I kind of want to keep Mallow Lana around. That's another big thing. But I think he's going to have to fill up his bench as well as poison and stuff like that. I'm actually just going to... But we can't do that, right? Yeah, we can't do that. We're going to have to Rose. We're going to put double energies onto this Gardevoir. Unfortunate. We definitely sequenced improperly there. I don't have a lot of experience with this list. We're going to draw 3 more there. Oh, that's a pretty decent hand to draw into. So we're going to max Cure here. We're going to max Cure. Kind of an awkward situation. But now he's in range of like some Mimikyu business, right? So I think that what we need to do... So yeah, he's going to poison the Gardevoir. I don't know what's in his hand. He's going to attach the energy to the E-turn. This game could go either way right now, for sure. Could definitely go either way. We're down both of our food tins, our healing tins. We're down Mallow Lana's, at least one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we actually have the switch, which is very good. We definitely would just want to switch out of there, I think, for sure. Let's attach an energy to... I kind of want to attach it to this Kricketune because we're all out of food tins. We don't need the extra energies either. I researched, although I probably could have just Kricketuned first, to be 100% honest with you. Now, what I think could be interesting is... I think we just... We still have Eldegoss in deck. But we don't have Boss in the discard. Very strange. I do want to grab Indeedee, though. I do want to grab Indeedee. The Mimikyu play would have been pretty hot, but I don't think it's entirely necessary at this point. I think that healing up this Gardevoir is just going to be the most important thing for us to do. So we healed 20 from this. Now we're back to 320 HP, which is just going to make it a bit harder for him to KO us, I think. And we're also going to heal 50. Now we just hope that he doesn't have, like, Evolve, Full Bench, Boss, Poison. But we got rid of his Slowbro, right? So it's going to be harder for him to poison us. We draw into the Escape Rope there, which is definitely very good. He can win this turn, right? He can win this turn. But I think that we're not in a terrible position as well. We can always Escape Rope. And yeah, so we kind of had him locked up there. So that was a pretty decent game. I don't think I played perfectly by any means necessary. But we beat, what was it, Dragapult and then E-Turn. You know, not terrible matchups for Gardevoir. Like I said, this deck can struggle with Zacian decks. But for the most part, you know, you definitely do well against the Urshifus, Dragapult, Mewtwo, even E-Turn. Like, a lot of those matchups aren't that bad for you at all, unless it's Metal. The matchup's actually pretty favorable. Gardevoir VMAX is playable right now. It's the only time, at least in a long time, that this card has been playable. It's a very fun deck. Bulky, healing, psychic type. It's not something that we really have in the format right now. And I think that a deck focused around healing is actually pretty interesting, for sure. So let me know what you guys thought of the deck list. I'm interested to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Maddie from Chill TCG. Try out this deck list. Link, or, the list will be exported down in the description below. Comment below. What do you think of Gardevoir? Do you think it's worth playing right now? Do you think it's playable at all? I think it's pretty playable right now, to be 100% honest with you. We're going to get out of here, though. Shout out to the channel members. Don't forget to register for Chill Series number 24, which is coming this Wednesday, 100% free entry and 200 Battle Styles packs in the prize pool. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be a great one. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Gardevoir VMAX. I've been Maddie from Chill TCG, and I will see you guys tomorrow, probably? Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.